20 MSP. We're back with Ryan Porter, cannabis entrepreneur and ISV. Ryan, last month we introduced you to the audience with sort of a hello world on what you do and what you've done, and it comes back to Toptender. And this month I promised a little view, a little tour of what Toptender is. So take it from the top. I think you have a couple dimensions: bud tender training, brand management, and some other things. Sir, you have the talking stick.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me back, Harry. So Toptender is a really exciting evolution of a learning management software. In August of 2018, I opened my own cannabis retail store just outside of Snohomish, Washington, and worked really hard to put a lot of products on the shelf so that I could be competitive against my competitors. And it was really eye-opening. Once we had the team staffed, we had about $120,000 on the shelf. I saw that my team didn't really know about the 700 products that we worked so hard to staff the shelf with. Yeah. And it was an eye-opener to me that we are seeing new products come into the industry every single day, and it's nearly impossible to learn about it and to get those talking points to be an effective sales associate. And so that was the real nail in the coffin around this idea I'd been hearing and thinking about, which was to create an educational resource for brands to host their training material so that bud tenders and retail partners could access it and ultimately be more effective together. So bud tenders can sign up for free at toptender.com. We also have a platform for the retailers who might be looking for a platform for training their team. The retailer basic platform is also free. We're really passionate about building some resources that are going to help this industry grow. So here we're taking a look at the course library. This is where this is kind of that LinkedIn learning aspect where a lot of great content to go learn so you can grow as a sales associate and really in the cannabis career. We feature brands that are on some of our premium tools here at the top. We can also explore all brands, or we can drill into content by the traditional categories that we see most commonly in cannabis. We'll go ahead and take a look at Dabstract. Dabstract's a really great brand in the Washington and Nevada markets. I think they're also launching in California very soon. But you can see here, they've created training courses on a variety of their products. One of the things that we always think about when it comes to the brands is we don't want to put them in a box. We don't want to say you can only do it this way. And I think, that's what's kind of exciting about cannabis is everyone is in the first decade of it. A brand is figuring out how they define themselves. And, they may want to talk about their training on a product line. They may want to talk about it on a SKU level, or they may just want to tell their story. Toptender is not here to be the content police. We want to be the platform that supports them so that ultimately, as they launch in a market that might have 6,000 bud tenders, they don't have to go do that every single time to those retail sales associates. So as you can see, Dabstract's got a number of concentrate products. They're a really great filling partner with PAX, which is an incredibly popular vape device. So here you can see the training course where they run through kind of what they fill into PAX pods. They also, at the bottom, attach a short quiz or survey, which they can. And this is really powerful. I think something, a lot of your audience would absolutely understand, but it's, it's surveying, it's talking to people who are very impactful in the transaction to get their feedback. I really encourage brands to ask questions about packaging, pricing, and/or if the bud tender has sampled the product before. Those are great questions. It's always nice to hear from a bud tender if they would recommend it to a family member or not, and then solve that. I think that's really important. So as you can see, we've got this rich resource of content that not only can a bud tender join and just browse. But if you're a retail partner, and we're actually currently logged in as a retail partner, this is actually the tool where I train my team. It all starts with my team. I load my team into Toptender, and then I start to assign them training. What you can see as we kind of look at a course library here is we can see that retailers are truly becoming, exceptional training organizations on everything from operations to product training to compliance. And I think as anyone who comes into the cannabis industry starts to learn, this is very much a compliance-driven business.
Yep.
And so it's really exciting as retailers start to better manage their associates and also listen and learn. I think that's something we've definitely seen during COVID, which is, talking with your team about, their comfort in the retail environment, making sure they, are properly trained and knowledgeable and kind of the various practices, and working with them through this hard time. And so it's a weird form of communication sometimes. Retail businesses don't always give their associates email addresses. What we see in the cannabis industry oftentimes is a very young sales associate who might not even check email daily. They for sure check text messages. And that's kind of one of our secret sauces. All of our communication in the Toptender platform is via SMS. So some really cool things we do to make sure that brands and retailers have success when training the retail sales associate of the cannabis industry.
Very cool. No, I like it. And so let me get this straight. You have the bud tender training, you have the brand engagement, any other dimension, any other buckets, for lack of a better word, with Toptender that you play in?
No, those are the real buckets. We as a software in the industry, we've also been deploying some white label solutions. So Toptender is effectively a kind of a network. You could kind of most relatably look at it like LinkedIn. But in our worlds, maybe our employer's on LinkedIn, and we kind of create that connection. Hey, I work there, and I might work somewhere else later. But that might not be what an employer wants or a brand wants. They might want to have an environment that's completely theirs. And so, we like to support that and want to find those brands that are really passionate about deploying completely white label solutions. And so we've got a couple of those launching with partners and or actively out there with partners.
No, very cool. Well, sure appreciate you taking us to the next level with a double click down into your solution. So we'll circle back next month, and boy, post-election, Lord knows what we can talk about next month.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, thank you to you and the entire SMB Nation.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.